Hello everybody, it's Wakeangel2001. How about we get into another Reddit video, huh? I'm pretty sure that these haven't been run completely into the ground yet. I'm kidding around, I like the Reddit videos. It's just something I can do real quick between customs. So let's see, starting with something SparkleWolf404 put up, so, about that Splatoon 3 Callie redesign. Okay, so they changed her hair in the next game, and no! No! Don't you dare! Don't you do it! SparkleWolf, if you do that, I'm not gonna fix that. No! No. And then a preview of something that Froaky's working on. Oh, apparently it's a Sonic R version of Demon the Cat. Look at that. It's just her head's looking pretty okay. I wonder if he'll make a refined version of it so that I could 3D print it when eventually those 50 votes come in. She's still stuck at 13, and like Jimmy Jackson's trying to remind people to vote on her. You know, as of right now, there are 50 people who are members of the community. 51, in fact. So theoretically, the community itself has enough votes to make that figure happen. But you know, we'll see what happens. Now this one's got to be pretty ambitious. It's a full-on animatic. Yeah, take a look at it.
Who are you? I'm you. You can't be me, I'm me. You're you, who are you? No, not you, my name is you. That's really confusing. Why are you in my room, you? I come from the future. The future.
Yeah, I feel like that voice clip comes from something because of all the auto-tuning and the fact that, you know, the character's name is you. I'm not familiar with all pop culture, so I'm not sure what it is, but there is one thing. Don't think that I missed the fact that you actually titled it Angle Meets His Future Self. Yes, the very common misspelling rears its ugly head again. So instead of being in the image of a messenger from the heavens itself, I am in the image of two intersecting lines. Because, you know, some people can't figure out that the word gel has the E before the L. I kid, I'm sure it's something that happens really, really easily when you're typing. Although, like, it happens surprisingly often when people were handwriting my name. You have no idea how many people genuinely think Angel is spelled A-N-G-L-E. Like, I'm speaking from actual experience. There's people that genuinely thought that that's how you spelled it. Like, it's an actual word that's existed for a long time. It's not like Absidy or something like that. That's a brand new name that somebody just made up a few years ago. So yeah, there's that. All right, on to the next thing. How much of this is still canon? Okay, so this actually prompts something to Alright, you know what? We're gonna do a quick history lesson of the story of Angel the dog. Now let's see, he's referring specifically to this character sheet that has a basic bio that I did some time ago. So, let's go through the whole process. Let's go all the way back to the origin story. Way back when I first started posting content on the internet, which mostly consisted of little comics that I would do on my DeviantArt gallery, starring me and my friends from college mostly. I actually kind of want to throw this one in first because it's basically the avatars that we have. My friends were Veiny Doodle, Gazelle, and Son Neko. And of course, I'm Wakeangel2001. I choose to include this picture just to show everybody what a Wake Angel looks like. Anyone who's seen the Don Bluth movie Titan AE may recall a scene where they were flying through a nebula and they were being chased by these cloud mantas. That's basically what a Wake Angel is. So that's what my username is, if anyone's ever wondered. And I'm pretty sure I brought it up, but here's an actual picture so you can actually see that. Anyway, let's get on to the origin. So, I would do little comics all the time about me and my friends, and because I was in my late teens and early 20s at the time, I was a big fan of physical comedy and pratfalls. Of course, I didn't want to hurt any of my friends, so I would often have my own character be the one who was prone to, being the victim of said pratfalls. Kind of created this accident-prone fool persona for myself. Um, and it would get to the point where sometimes my character would go through rather fatal consequences. So I needed to develop a storytelling device as to why my character was just okay in the next issue. As I didn't want to just Kenny myself back in the next episode. Although Trey and Matt would eventually explain how Kenny keeps coming back to life, so even that's been isn't a thing. But you know what? When I did these comics, that explanation didn't exist. So I sort of created a second avatar for myself. Basically, another version of me that represented the author who drew the comic, rather than the character who was the victim of all the pratfalls. They were really kind of differentiated by the fact that one of them had a little smiley face angel on his shirt, and the other had my stylized letter A. In case anyone's ever wondered, the origins of the two logos. Oh yeah, and by the way, Kat is the one that kind of designed the smiley face logo, so even to this day, she's still in my thoughts. So basically, like, the author version of me would literally just wave his fingers and use his power to bring my character back to life whenever he was killed in a hilarious pratfall. So that is one explanation, and it might actually show you guys the winged form and the whole coming back from the dead thing that my character is notable for. Like in my character description, like he can revive from basically any kind of injury, even death, so long as the situation is in any way funny. This is the origin of that power. Of course, I'm a big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, and of course did a lot of Sonic fan art, and me and my friends had Mobian avatars as well. This is close to what he originally looked like. I originally had some ideas that he would be some kind of fantasy magic user kind of thing when I did the initial character design, although I would never end up actually doing any of that. Like, he just kind of had this look going on about him without actually having any powers. I also specifically didn't want to pick an animal type that was common in the Sonic franchise because even at this time, like, it was oversaturated with people that wanted to be like a relative of one of the main casts or be the same animal type so they could have similar powers. And I'm like, I don't want to be one of those fan characters, so I think I'll just go with something obscure. Initially, I didn't even really have a species picked out. I'm pretty sure I hadn't even decided that this guy was a dog yet. Of course, as time would go on, the design would change a little bit. I thought that since I wasn't going to go with the magic user thing anymore, it dressing up like a little wizard wasn't going to make any more sense, so he would wear more civilian-esque clothing. And then I had I kind of got bored drawing that long bishy hair. It looked stupid to me, and I couldn't really get it at a lot of other angles, so I redesigned the character with some more practical hair. Although I was still wearing pants, I was still going through that weird phase in my life. And ultimately, quite a while down the line, like, I'm condensing this, but you gotta remember, this is a story told over almost 20 years now. Like, I'm pretty sure my DeviantArt gallery has been around since, before 2005 or so? So we're looking like 16 years of history here. So yeah, then I finally did a major character design change and tried to semi-finalize it. So I came up with this, making him look as standard to the Sonic the Hedgehog character design as possible, with one of the big deviations being the Mickey Mouse shoes, which of course was a reference to how Sonic the Hedgehog's character design was inspired by classic characters like Mickey Mouse and Felix the Cat. And then Sonic Forces would come out a few years later, meaning that you could actually create your avatar in the game. You could finally play as your fan character in an official Sonic video game. And this, of course, led to making the custom action figure out of him, which for quite recently became his default look. So, redesigned to look like the Forces avatar. Just, like with the design on the shirt and my hair color picked out because, I prefer to choose my own color schemes. I still don't know why they don't just let you pick colors for hair. That's really stupid. Um, but yes, this would become the default look for Angel the dog until I commissioned S&T to do a character redesign. Because I really did like S&T's character redesigns, and I just wanted in on some of that. So I just wanted to support a content creator that I liked, and she came up with this thing, the Angel the Dog Arisen form. So as you all know, I made an action figure of this one, so really kind of make it official that this is what Wakeangel2001 looks like now, and it's kind of been there. That's kind of where we are now. So yes, that is the history of Angel the Dog's character design, the basic description of what the power set came from, and how he's actually a composite of 3 different characters. The author angel who can poof things back into existence after they're destroyed, the accident-prone fool who's always falling into pratfalls, and the Movian dog avatar. All 3 of these things have combined to create this look. So, yeah, if anyone's wondering what the powers are, or what the source of them is, my canon explanation for the powers is that it's just a nebulous and tenuous connection to the Chaos Force. In the Archie comic, the Chaos Force can kind of do anything. It's what allows Sonic to do Chaos Control. It's what gives Knuckles... it's what lets Shadow throw out the Chaos Spears. It's what made Knuckles into a demigod a few times. Like, the Chaos Force is just this thing that certain characters can access. And my character has, like, a very weak connection to it where he can't actually choose to activate it, but it just kind of spontaneously pops in when it needs to be used. Like, for reviving him from death and things like that. So, there you go. That is the big explanation of Wakeangel2001's character, Angel the Dog. And you know what? I think that's more than enough for this Reddit video. So yeah, let's end it here because this has been actually a pretty long-winded history segment, and this has barely been related to Reddit so far. So this is Wakeangel2001 signing off.